here with Representative Tina Orwall from the 33rd Legislative District. We're in our second week of session, and she's here to talk about some of her priorities happening.
Thank you. It's good to be back in Olympia. We have a lot of work ahead of us. I know some of the areas that I'll be working on are mental health. We're especially focused on K-12 and suicide prevention in the schools. We're also working on a number of bills to support sexual assault survivors. I also have a couple bills on consumer protection to help people that might be struggling with their property taxes or people that have had bad experience with contractors.
I know for a number of years you've been championing sexual assault related policies. Why don't you talk about the couple bills that we've seen this last week and what's coming forward next week?
Well, as you know, we had thousands of untested kits sitting on our shelves for years, and in 2015 we started testing those. And like other states, we began to realize that there were violent sexual offenders still in our community. We've had a number of cases that had people still in the community that had abducted and raped young girls. And so what we're realizing is we need to expedite how rapidly we're testing it. So my bill says that new sexual assault kits need to be tested within 45 days and that we need a timeline for the older kits. We've seen other states like Oregon that have a high throughput lab test 2 to 3 times as many kids as we've been testing, and so we'd like to have that kind of resource in our community. We have very dedicated lab staff, and they do great work. We haven't always given them the equipment they need. There's state-of-the-art robotics. There's different ways of testing DNA that are more rapid to go into what's called CODIS, or the FBI system that does the checks. And there's team models that allow you to hire people and have them working on kits more quickly. So I think there's a combination of things we could do within what's called a high throughput lab that would really expedite the testing of these kids.
Are there other partners you've been working with on these issues?
It's a huge number of partners. Survivors at our state level, the SAFE committee, have really helped let us know what wasn't working in the system. Our Attorney General is a huge lead, our State Patrol, advocacy groups. It's been a huge team effort, but we've really had the voices of the survivors really help shape it. In fact, within my bill is also a Survivor Bill of Rights, because there's certain things around having the forensic exam paid for and knowing the results of the testing of your kit and having access to advocates. Those are really important pieces that we could be doing to support survivors.
Can you talk more about the other work that you've been doing to support survivors?
Well, as we've been looking at the whole system to make sure we're sensitive to survivors, we realize there's parts we haven't looked at in many years. The newer research tells us that the neurobiology of trauma is that often people fight back or they fly, they take off, but there's a third category of freeze. And when you're in a traumatic situation, your body decides for you which of those you do. And we've written laws that really don't reflect what a victim goes through. So we have rape in the 3rd degree, which says there's no consent, but it has additional language. It says through your words and conduct, did you not consent, which says, did you not fight back enough? And we know some victims don't have that ability to scream or to fight back because they feel they're threatened and that their body freezes. So we want to make sure we have the balance in our legal system to make sure that we're not putting all the burden on the victim to see if they fought back enough.
And any final closing thoughts?
Well, I want to encourage people to reach out. I'd love to get phone calls and emails. I want to know what you're concerned about, and so I can be here advocating for you.